So, Edgar Wright is trying his luck on remaking The Running Man, or making a more loyal depiction to the book of The Running Man by Stephen King. I'm actually pretty impressed that there is another Stephen King movie being made right now, and I didn't know this was a Stephen King movie until after, based off a Stephen King book, until after I saw this film. It kind of felt different for most of his kind of stuff he's making, but I think the plot and message is still aligns along with what he usually writes. But good on him. He's got two solid-ish movies that came out this year. I thought The Long Walk was a great movie, but this film, we'll get into it. First of all, Glenn Powell is great. He's the best thing about this movie. He carries this movie. He has that persona. He brings that X factor to this film that really needed it to, be relevant or get anyone into see this film. I think he's a great action star. I loved him in Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, my apologies. I would love to see him in more stuff. I'm kind of sick of him in rom-coms, so no more of that. I did think his chemistry with his wife and his daughter was lacking, and you're kind of just thrown into his situation, and then he's all of a sudden in The Running Man. When I get it, you want to get into the action, you want to get into why, you want to get into stuff with people showing up for the movie, but you're not really connecting with his story of his wife and child. You're just kind of hoping because, he has a wife and child, I want him to win. It's not like, you're not there with him, in my opinion. And that could just be on the chemistry between his wife and him. I don't think his wife did a really good job acting in this film, but that's just my opinion. Josh Brolin is great. I think this was probably his easiest paycheck he's ever gotten. Not in the film that much, but he does a great job. He's had a great year. Weapons, one of my favorite movies of the year. So seeing him in another movie that I think is going to make a lot of money, good on him. I love him. I think he's a great actor. He had a kind of a plastic surgery kind of look with his lips and his face. I'm not sure if that's real or what the movie was trying to go for. I could see the movie trying to go for it because they're selling he's trying to be a rich media owner who has to look good, even though he's not seen ever, but he's always surrounded by the media. So I don't really know, but he did a solid job. I think him and Glenn Powell are easily the parts of this movie. The host also is pretty solid. I think he was funny. He was a lot of his jokes were good, and he was like, hey man, it's showbiz. I loved it. It's very realistic. He has no soul. He sold his soul, but he's all in it. I think he's also a great part. He's not in it as much as I wish he would, but he was solid. Apparently this is a more loyal adaptation to the book. I haven't seen the original movie. I should check it out. I've heard good things. A lot of reviews I'm seeing is the original is better. But again, I haven't seen the original, so I can't compare them. The action is great. The kills are great. I thought it's overall an entertaining movie. It's kind of like a roller coaster throughout the whole film. It's up and down. I thought the ways Glenn Powell was trying to survive through this futuristic age of social media, AI, tracking, DNA kind of stuff. There was a lot of stuff going on to make sure they were catching him. I thought it was very realistic and very entertaining and creative on all the ways people were hunting him down, and also the way he was surviving. I don't know. I haven't read the book, so I can't say that's what happened in the book. I can't. All I can see is what's on the screen. And I thought it was really good. It's very creative. It wasn't just he's surviving because he's John Doe, or he's surviving because he's the greatest thing to ever come across. He's surviving because, one, he's smart, but two, people are letting him survive. There was a lot of AI in this film, in a sense of changing the narrative and changing what's going on and showing the masses of what's actually happening. They changed that a lot, and I thought that was great because we're seeing right now AI, some people are getting straight up fooled and think things are real when it's just AI. And I could see a future where not this show is going on. I don't think this would ever happen in society unless some crazy events happen that completely change us. But I can see AI just changing things in a couple of years, and people just totally believe in that in the media. It's probably happening right now. So it's good to see that on the screen, maybe get more people aware of what AI is capable of doing. So I like that. Edgar Wright, I'm not sure if he has had it for a long time. I don't know how long the script's been written, but AI has gone really scary the past year or two. So it's great to see more of it in media and get people used to it. Say, we got to watch out, we got to be careful for AI, because it's scary what's going to happen with AI. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future with AI. Look, the themes and message of this movie, they're solid, but it's too on the nose. It's way too on the nose, and I'm a tasteful guy with messages, and it's a little over the top in this film. The only issue I really have with the message is, we've seen it a million times. A big corporation is evil, and they take advantage, and they keep people down, and they lie to you about this get-rich kind of scheme. we've seen this a million times. Don't come here for that if you're looking to get enlightened. Just come here. Just go to see the movie if you want to see a movie and be entertained with an action adventure movie. So we've seen it before. I've seen it a dozen times. I've seen it a bunch of times this year already. So it's nothing special with the message. But I wasn't really relying on it to get entertained, but it was kind of getting annoying. It was also kind of funny seeing more movies being made like this. It's like Hollywood telling your average American, your average person in the world, hey, we're the good guys, we're on your side. And reality is they're just as bad as the rest of corporations and government. It's kind of annoying always seeing it from Hollywood, especially a big production movie where there's millions and millions of dollars behind this and rich people really, really like pushing it and getting out there and wanting to make money off this. It's just funny seeing them, shove this kind of message down our throat. Overall, this is a solid, fun movie to see, but it's nothing special. And this is arguably Edgar Wright's worst movie I've seen of his. I haven't seen every movie, but every movie I've seen of his, I've either thought it was a great film or a solid film. And this is kind of like his weakest movie, in my opinion. Is it as bad as some reviews are saying it is? No, it's more of, it's just good. It's an action movie. It's nothing special. When I expected something more out of Edgar Wright, especially with the pacing and some of the car scenes, like he's known for amazing car scenes in his movies, and nothing of that was really shown in this film, so it was kind of disappointing. But again, I think he was going down a more different route in this film, and I can respect that. He's trying something new, and that's how you get better as a director. I do have to say the pacing in his movies are usually very, very good. But then again, most of his movies, he comes up with it on his own, so he's basing this off a book, which is always hard to translate to a movie, and you see more books becoming TV shows so they can pace it right. And honestly, the pacing's lacking in this film. I'll say that. It kind of shoves you in there, like I said earlier, and then at the end, it's kind of like dragging out a little too much. It's a 2-hour movie, 2 hour and 15 minutes, something like that. It kind of feels like a 2.5-hour movie, which could work. It could have been a 2.5-hour movie, and I would have been fine with that. But it just kind of like was going really quickly through some stuff, and especially towards the end. Like at the end, I'm just like, okay, I want this movie to end because you're just rushing through everything. The Running Man, it's fun and entertaining, but it's nothing special. I'd definitely watch it again if it was on. But is it the best movie of the year? No. Is it the best Stephen King movie of the year? No. That's The Long Walk. Is this something that we truly need another remake? No, it wasn't. I can respect Edgar Wright for wanting to make a more loyal adaptation of the book, but again, I've never read the book, I've never read any reviews, I haven't seen anyone compare this to the book, so I don't know if it's worth it. I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. So what do you guys think of The Running Man? Was my rating fair? Comment below your thoughts. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like. Goodbye, y'all.